Redbay here, and we're back with a review of the Long Beach Grand Prix, the IndyCar race that was held in Long Beach, California last week. Very hot day in Long Beach. The track temperature reached up to 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Cal Kirkwood was on pole, and we're about to begin. He's able to hold on to the lead going into the first lap, but we don't even get to finish the first lap. We already have a problem. Helio Castroneves spun out on turn 1 and struck the wall, bringing out a yellow. His nose cone had been broken off. He was able to get back to the pits, and he rejoined the race a lap down. These type of things happen when you're on cold tires. One note about the day, the alternate tires are horrible at this track. Everybody's favoring the primaries as the race goes on. The alternate tires seem to fall off a lot in the heat at this track. We're back to green flag racing on lap 5. Cal Kirkwood is still in the lead, followed by Marcus Ericsson and Romain Grosjean. We have a relatively quiet 10 laps. It's relatively clean until about lap 20. On lap 20, Scott Dixon and Pato O'Ward get into a battle where Scott Dixon ends up in the tires. I know it looks like Pato O'Ward might have caused this, but this was fully a racing incident. They were fully in line with each other. Scott Dixon was a little bit surprised probably by Pato O'Ward, but Pato O'Ward did nothing wrong. As you see here, both drivers' tires are side by side. Pato O'Ward did nothing wrong. It just was really a racing incident. Scott Dixon is able to head back down to the pits, and we get a yellow flag caution for a few laps. During this time, most teams decided, hey, let's take this time to do pit stops. So they decided to do pit stops, most teams at this time. As I said, the alternatives were not working well today in the heat. We almost have a small crash during the pit stop. Josef Newgarden comes out of his pit stall and almost crashes into Cal Kirkwood. Luckily, nobody crashed into each other, and we're able to continue the race. Lap 26, we're back to green flag racing. So as we're about to begin green flag racing, do you think we can get through a couple laps without incident? No! Pato O'Ward spins into the tires. He clips the back of Cal Kirkwood's car at turn 8. This also causes another chain reaction where Marcus Ericsson falls to 7th. He was in 4th before the crash. Josef Newgarden takes advantage and moves to 1st place. Also, a little bit before this crash, Agustin Canapino clipped the inside wall at turn 6, and he started to slow down. He actually had to head to the pits. On also lap 26, David Malukas locks up and runs off at about turn 1. On lap 38, Scott Dixon's day came to a close. He had no oil pressure and had to limp his car back to the paddock. And on this channel, we are not limping. Please like and subscribe. We'll be bringing you racing videos every week. Please like and subscribe. On lap 43, Scott McLaughlin comes under pressure from Colton Herta, and Colton Herta is able to pass him on lap 43. Also on lap 43, Marcus Ericsson puts the pressure on McLaughlin, and he also passes McLaughlin here. And now McLaughlin has lost 2 places and is down to 6th. Scott Ericsson wants another podium place. He did great in the inaugural race of the season, so he's trying to rack up more points. At the midway point in the race, the top 5 were Josef Newgarden, Cal Kirkwood, Romain Grosjean, Colton Herta, and Marcus Ericsson. A note about Josef Newgarden, he was getting a message over the team radio that if he didn't get another yellow flag, he might run out of fuel. On lap 45, we have a stalled car, Benjamin Pedersen car. He needed a restart of his Chevy, and he's able to get a restart and rejoin the race. It's now time for some strategy. So Josef Newgarden's team feels if they come in early, maybe they'll be able to hold on to the lead. He comes in on lap 52, he puts on a set of primaries. Newgarden was able to win the race last year with a similar strategy. Also, Pato O'Ward comes in on the same lap and he puts on a set of primaries. He was in 13th. After he spun, his race was never the same. Now, Romain Grosjean comes in on lap 53. He puts on a set of primaries, hoping to overcut Newgarden. Also, Alexander Rossi comes in on lap 53. And here's a nail biter. Cal Kirkwood comes into the pits from 1st place. So is he going to be able to do the overcut? Yes! He does the overcut over both Grosjean and Newgarden to hold on to 1st place. And the most impressive thing about this, he did this on cold tires. On lap 59, Marcus Ericsson passes Josef Newgarden for 3rd place. Josef Newgarden got a message from the Penske chief, basically saying he was worried about fuel consumption, and he also had to let Alex Palou pass. This ruined Newgarden's day. He was just worried about getting to the end of the race with enough gas, and there was no other yellow flags for the rest of the race, so it actually was a real worry. So Cal Kirkwood was still in 1st place at this point. For the remaining laps, this was the order. Cal Kirkwood is able to hold on to the lead and win this race. Actually, this is also his 1st Indy win. Romain Grosjean able to come home 2nd. Marcus Ericsson able to come home 3rd. Grosjean is able to secure a podium place, unlike the last 2 races where he ended out of the top 10. Congrats to Michael Andretti and the Andretti Motorsport team. Kyle Kirkwood was extremely excited. This is his first win in IndyCar. This is also an all-Honda podium with Kyle Kirkwood, Roman Grosjean, and Ericsson all running Honda cars. Congrats to all 3 winners. Also, some notes for the race. Scott Dixon was out early in the race with an oil pressure issue. Also, Helio Castroneves finished the race down 1 lap. He wasn't able to recover after his first lap incident. Pato O'Ward, even though he was running fast during the beginning of the race, when he got into that spin on lap 26, it just ruined his race. He wasn't able to get back to the top 10. Kyle Kirkwood ran a flawless race. He was the pole sitter and he was able to complete his mission and win the race. So congrats to all the winners. The next IndyCar race is in Birmingham. We'll be covering that. More racing videos will be on the channel from IndyCar, MotoGP, and Formula 1. Red Bet signing off.